morning all. In last lecture we had studied 4 important parameters related to Thevenin's theorem. Which was there? The first one was VTH, that is Thevenin's equivalent voltage. The second important parameter related to the Thevenin's theorem is RTH, stands for Thevenin's equivalent resistance. The third important parameter is what? Equivalent circuit. Already I have explained you how to draw the equivalent circuit with the help of the statement of Thevenin's theorem. Can you just recollect the statement? Yes, the Thevenin's theorem is what? Any two terminal in the network or circuit can be replaced by a single voltage source called as Thevenin's equivalent voltage in series with Thevenin's equivalent resistance. I hope you remember the statement of Thevenin's theorem. And then the last important parameter related to the Thevenin's theorem is what? We need to calculate load current flowing through load resistor. Am I right? So to solve problem based on Thevenin's theorem, already I have explained you 5 important steps. Tell me the first important step related to the Thevenin's theorem. The first step, as per the step number 1, you need to identify branch resistance, or we can say that load resistance. So what is basically branch resistance or load resistor? Through which you need to calculate the current. Am I right? So step number 1 is what? You have to calculate load resistor. You need to identify load resistor or branch resistor, and you have to replace that particular load resistor by open terminal or open circuit. Am I right? As per this step number 2, what was that? Step number 2 is what? You need to calculate VTH. So for calculation of VTH, we need to follow certain steps. Can you tell me the first step under calculation of VTH? The first step, you need to replace that load resistor by open terminal, and across that open terminal we need to assign VTH. Once you have assigned VTH, then you need to apply any one of the network simplification technique. As I told you, as I suggest you, please apply mesh analysis in the circuit, as it is one of the easiest method you have in DC circuit. Okay, so after applying mesh analysis in the circuit, you will be getting current flowing through each mesh. And then you need to write down VTH equation. How to write down VTH equation, you will come to know in today's lecture. Okay, and once you are done with the VTH, then you need to calculate RTH. Then you need to draw the equivalent circuit. You have to substitute VTH and RTH ka value in equivalent circuit, and then with the help of Ohm's law, you can easily get load current flowing through load resistor by simply Thevenin's theorem. So in today's lecture, we'll solve problem based on Thevenin's theorem. So I hope now you need to recollect all those 5 steps that I had explained you in last lecture. Let's begin with step number 1. What is step number 1? You need to identify load resistors, or we can say that branch resistor in the circuit. What is the question given? You have to determine the current through 5 ohm resistor in the network or circuit by simply using Thevenin's theorem. So it means that you need to calculate current flowing through 5 ohm resistor by Thevenin's theorem. So as per this step number 1, you have to identify load resistor. So can you identify which one is the load resistor? So simply RL is equal to 5 ohm. I hope you have understood step number 1. First, you need to identify the load resistor through which current is to be calculated. Then you need to replace that particular load resistor by what? Open circuit. Let's consider this is terminal A and terminal B. I hope you have understood step number 1. As per the step number 1, first you need to identify load resistance from the circuit. Once you have done with that, simply replace load resistor by open terminal. I hope you have understood step number 1. Coming to the step number 2, as per the step number 2, we need to calculate VTH. To calculate VTH, you need to assign VTH across these two terminals. What you need to do? you have to assign VTH across two open terminals. Let's consider this would be your higher potential and this would be your lower potential. You can consider negative potential over here and positive. It is up to you which potential, which direction you have to consider. So I have considered here positive potential and here negative potential. I hope you have understood step number 2. Now to calculate VTH, we need to apply any one of the network simplification technique. Let's apply mesh analysis in this. So applying KVL in mesh 1. Can you apply KVL in mesh 1? Please recollect all 4 important sign conventions that we had studied related to the Kirchhoff's voltage law. The first sign convention says that if we go from positive terminal of the battery to the negative terminal of the battery or source, there will be fall in potential and then the EMF assigned is always negative. What was the second sign convention related to the Kirchhoff's voltage law? If we go from negative terminal of the battery to the positive terminal of the battery or source, there will be rise in potential and due to that EMF assigned is always positive. As per the third sign convention, if the direction of the current and the polarity assigned to the resistance both are in same direction, then there will be fall in potential. Due to that, the voltage across that particular resistor is given by V is equal to minus I into R. What was the fourth sign conventions related to the Kirchhoff's voltage law? If the direction of the current and the polarity assigned to the resistor both are in opposite direction, then there will be rise in potential and the voltage would be equal to plus I into R. I hope you remember all the 4 sign conventions related to Kirchhoff's voltage law. So in this case, applying KVL in mesh 1, use all 4 sign convention and apply KVL in mesh 1. So the equation become, can you tell me the equation, KVL equation in mesh 1? 10 minus 6I1 minus 1, as 1 ohm resistance is connected between mesh 1 and mesh 2 and I am writing the equation for mesh 1. So what would be the current flowing through this? I1 minus I2 is equal to 0. After solving this equation, what you will get? Minus 7I1 plus I2 is equal to minus 10. Let's consider this would be your equation number 1. I hope you have understood how to apply KVL in mesh 1. Similarly, you need to apply KVL in mesh 2. Okay, how many meshes are there? There are 2 meshes. Okay, so now can you apply KVL in mesh 2? So applying KVL in mesh 2. What you will get after applying KVL in mesh 2? The first equation is what? Minus 1 I2 minus I1. Why I2 minus I1? Because now we are writing KVL equation for mesh 2. So because of that, current flowing through this path is nothing but equal to I2 minus I1. Then minus 2 I2 minus 3. Can I write I2 minus I3? No. Current flowing through this particular resistor is what? I2. As this is open terminal, current flowing through this path is 0. That you need to remember. So minus 1 I2 minus I1 minus 2 I2 minus 3 I2 is equal to 0. The equation become I1 minus 6 I2 is equal to 0. So after solving equation 1, let's consider this is equation number 2. So after solving equation 1 and 2, you will get I1 is equal to 1.46 ampere and I2 is equal to 0.24 ampere. You need to solve with the help of calculator. After solving these two equations, you will be getting I1 is equal to 1.46 ampere and I2 is equal to 0.24 ampere. But you need to calculate, you need to find out VTH equation. So please pay attention over here. Once you understand VTH equation, you can easily solve problem based on Thevenin's theorem. So how to apply KVL across two open terminal? Already I have considered this is higher potential and this is lower potential. So you have to consider, you need to apply KVL from A to B or from B to A. There will be two possibilities. I'll explain you both the possibilities. I'll explain you both the technique. Whichever technique you will be convenient for you, you can use that particular technique. Okay, so let's begin with the first KVL equation. Consider positive to negative potential. Okay, if I consider positive to negative, so if we go from higher potential to lower potential, if we go from positive terminal of the battery to the negative terminal, there will be fall in potential. Am I right? So can you tell me whether you are going to consider plus VTH or minus VTH? Definitely the EMF assign is always negative. So if we go from here to here, the equation become minus VTH. Now as I am going in clockwise direction, okay, can you tell me if we go from negative to positive, there will be rise in potential, and due to that the EMF is plus 20. I hope you have understood this. Now here current flowing through 3 ohm resistor is what? As I told you, due to this open terminal, current flowing through this path is 0. What you need to do? You have to consider current flowing through that particular resistor from the previous current. Can you tell me, as you know that current flowing through first mesh is I1, current flowing through second mesh is I1. You need to follow the direction, you need to identify the direction from the mesh 2. So this current will flow in this direction, but we are applying KVL in this direction. So as per the force sign convention, if the direction of the current and the polarity assigned to the resistor both are in same direction, then opposite direction, then there will be rise in potential and the voltage drop across that particular resistor is given by V is equal to plus I into R. Am I right? So here the direction is plus and negative, but I am applying KVL in this direction. So what you need to write? Plus 3, the current flowing through this particular resistor you have to consider from the previous mesh. So current flowing through this is what? I2 is equal to 0. So what is your VTH? VTH is equal to 20 plus 3 into what is I2? 0.24. So what you will get? 20 plus here 0.72. The answer is 20.72 volt is your VTH. I hope you have understood how to find out VTH equation by simply applying KVL. Now this is your method 1. Now I need to apply KVL in anti-clockwise direction. So can you apply KVL in anti-clockwise direction? So what would be the equation for that? If we go from negative to positive, we have to consider plus VTH. Again I am applying KVL in anti-clockwise direction and the direction of I2 is clockwise. So if we need to apply KVL in this direction, as per the third sign convention, the voltage across that particular resistor is what? Minus I into R. So what is I? R is 3, I is I2. If we go from positive to negative, there will be fall in potential which is equal to 0. VTH is equal to 3I2 plus 20. You will be getting 20.72 volt. I hope you have understood how to calculate VTH. What is the procedure to calculate VTH? Simply you need to replace load resistor by open terminal, and across that open terminal you need to assign VTH. Okay, once you are done with that, next procedure is what? You need to use any one of their network simplification technique. Am I right? So after network simplification technique, after applying mesh analysis, you will get I1 and I2. So we require I2 का value in VTH equation because as I told you, you have to apply KVL in two ways. You can apply KVL from higher potential to lower potential, or you can apply KVL from negative to positive, lower to higher potential. So you will be getting two different equation, but you will get the perfect same answer. I hope you have understood how to calculate VTH. Coming to the next step, what you need to calculate? You need to calculate RTH. To calculate RTH, what you need to do? Yes, already I have explained you in last lecture. You have to replace this VTH by now RTH. Second procedure is what? Next procedure is what? You have to identify sources in the circuit. Can you identify sources in the circuit? Yes, there are two voltage sources in this particular circuit. So you have to replace, if the voltage source is there, you need to replace voltage source by short circuit. If current source is there, you have to replace current source by open circuit. In this particular circuit, there is no current source, but yes, there are two voltage sources. So simply you have to replace that voltage source by short circuit. I hope you have understood. This is your new circuit diagram. And then simply apply series parallel method to calculate Thevenin's equivalent resistor. I'll explain you how to calculate Thevenin's equivalent resistor by simply using series parallel method. If your RTH is there on the right hand side, you need to proceed from left hand side. If your RTH is there on the left hand side, you have to proceed from right hand side. And if the RTH you need to calculate in the middle of the circuit, then first solve by left, then right, and then take the parallel combination between them to get RT. You will come to know when we will solve more problem based on Thevenin's theorem. Now please pay attention over here. I'll explain you how to find out Thevenin's equivalent resistance. As I told you, do you remember how to identify the series and the parallel circuit? Already we had covered all the points related to series and parallel circuit. The most important point is what? If the current gets divided, it means that it is the parallel combination between two resistors. Am I right? In case of the series circuit, current flowing through each and every resistance should be same. In case of parallel circuit, current gets divided. Am I right? So let's start with 6 ohm resistor. Now this 6 ohm, let's consider current flowing through. This is I1. At this particular point, current gets divided. As I told you, if the current gets divided in the circuit, it means that these two resistances are connected in parallel. Am I right? These two resistances are connected in parallel. So how you are going to calculate the equivalent resistance for the parallel circuit? Please pay attention over here. 6 into 1 divided by 6 plus 1. So 6 ones are 6 divided by 7. What you will get? After finding this, you will get 0.857. You can find out the answer. Now this parallel combination is in series with this 2 ohm resistor. So what would be the value over here? It will become 2.857 ohm. Now this again at this particular point current gets divided. So that series combination again is in parallel with 3 ohm resistor. So how you are going to calculate that? 2.857 plus 3. After calculating this, you will be getting 1.46. So what is RTH? RTH is equal to 1.46 ohm. I hope you have understood how to calculate Thevenin's equivalent resistance. Simply you need to follow 3 certain steps. The step number 1 is what? You have to replace VTH by now RTH. Then you have to identify the sources in the circuit. If current source is there, you have to replace that particular current source by open circuit. If voltage source is there, you have to replace voltage source by short circuit. And simply you need to apply series parallel method, or we can say that series parallel rule to get Thevenin's equivalent resistor. I hope you have understood how to calculate VTH and how to calculate RTH. Can you tell me what would be the next step that we need to follow? We need to draw Thevenin's equivalent circuit. How you are going to draw Thevenin's equivalent circuit? With the help of statement. So let's draw Thevenin's equivalent circuit. Thevenin's equivalent circuit. Before that, what is the value of RTH? 1.46 ohm. Okay. Now simply next procedure, next step is what? We have to draw Thevenin's equivalent circuit. Do you remember? This is Thevenin's equivalent circuit. Already we had covered in last lecture. Yes. Okay. Now can you tell me what is VTH? VTH is nothing but equal to 20.72 volt. What is the value of RTH? RTH is nothing but equal to 1.46. Can you tell me what is load resistor? Already we found what is load resistor. Through current, that through which we need to calculate the current. So what is RL? Which is equal to 5 ohm. Next step is what? Simply by using Ohm's law. What is load current? Load current is equal to VTH upon RTH plus RL. Am I right? What is VTH? 20.72 divided by 1.46 plus 5. IL is equal to 20.72 divided by 5.46. After calculating this, what you will get? 3.2 ampere. So current flowing through 5 ohm resistor is equal to 3.2 ampere by simply using Thevenin's theorem. I hope you have understood how to apply Thevenin's theorem in the circuit. Again I will repeat, to apply Thevenin's theorem you need to follow 5 important steps. And you have to calculate 4 important parameters. Which are they? The first one is Thevenin's equivalent voltage. The second important parameters related to the Thevenin's theorem is Thevenin's equivalent resistance. Third, you need to draw the Thevenin's equivalent circuit with the help of this statement. And the last important parameter is what? Load current flowing through load resistance. I hope you have understood how to apply Thevenin's theorem in the circuit. In next lecture, we'll learn how to identify, how to solve problem based on Norton's theorem. Thank you so much.